Ho, ho, ho! A little Christmas Day treat for you today, boys and girls. Would you believe Santa Claus has decided to buy FC Santa Claus in Finland and appoint me as manager? I guess we need to deliver him some trophies then, don't we? And that's right, boys and girls. Here I am at FC Santa Claus, now of the Finnish second tier. I mean, I'm not going to accuse Santa of doing anything untoward, but he did manage to pluck this team out of the Finnish lower leagues and buy them a spot in the Finnish second tier. What an absolute monster. He's also built them an entirely new ground, seemingly overnight, the Grotto, which has a 35,000 capacity, and strangely lots of people have got on board to become season ticket holders. He's given them phenomenal facilities. Apparently we're having to pay rent to ourselves, which blame Santa. I don't know what that seems like there's some kind of fun. No, what? This is how he finances all those presents I'm sure you've all opened up this morning. If anyone's not watching this on Christmas Day, it's weird, isn't it? It's going to be a weird video. It's Christmas Day with it. That's your context. This video came out on Christmas Day. Now all becomes clear. So we've got fantastic facilities. We've got a club with a fantastic name that the media think are going to get promoted. We also have a bunch of excellent young players because we clicked the add players to playable club thing. So it generated a load of 16-year-olds to fill out our squad. There's a load of amateur contract players that are here from the days when this was an amateur club. We're probably going to get rid of most of those because the other thing Santa's done is put his hand in his pocket. He's given us some serious money, both in terms of bank balance, transfer budget, and wage budget, and just said, Kev, I'm leaving this in your very capable hands. However, I am going to insist that you win something and win something fast. So let's do some transfers, shall we? And there we have our first trophy won before we've even played a league game. The First Division Cup. It's a strange thing, but we finished second in our group. We did lose one of our group games, but then quarter-final, semi-final, and final, all relatively straightforward, and that is a piece of silverware, which apparently doesn't go on our honours list, which... Is it worthless? Is that just a pre-season tournament? Because it's happened pre-season. I'm taking it. That's a trophy. We've done loads of signings. I'm not going to take you through each one. As you can imagine, we've signed an entire squad full of players. We do have a limitation on only 3 non-EU players in each matchday squad. So we've not been able to sign loads and loads of foreign players. We have also spent some money just putting down a marker, letting Finland know where they stand. Noah Nurmi has signed for us from FC Inter, who are from the division above. So he's come in for £275,000. The league season is about to begin, and if we don't get promoted to the top flight, there'll be trouble. And that is the transfer window closed on the 11th of April, just before the season is about to begin. We did spend money on one more player, this time raiding HJK for a 25-year-old Finnish international winger, Santeri Hostika. It was almost Santa, isn't it? Almost Santa. He's going to be able to just slot straight into the team on either wing. So he joins in with a bunch of free transfers and the good young players that we already had at the club to give us a very strong looking first 11 that even has names that I recognise from the real world. Joe Bennett, I'm familiar with his work. I know who he is. The rest of them, less so. And we probably can't play all of those. I don't know. How many? I think we need to have 4 Finnish players in the starting 11 and no more than 3 foreign players in the match day squad, which that does work because Daniel Rose is Irish, which is an excellent stroke of fortune that I may not have realised when I signed him, but he's EU, so it doesn't count as foreign, which is excellent. Isn't being in the EU excellent? Right, this team should win this league easily. I'll meet you on the other side. Is there a mid-season transfer window here? How does it work? When can we next do transfers? It's not clear. The 9th of August, maybe? I'll try and figure it out. Turns out there is a transfer window, and it opens on my birthday on the 10th of July. Finland gets better and better. As you can imagine, we are top of the league, pretty comfortable, haven't lost a game yet. Things are going jolly well. We're actually into the semi-final of the Finnish Cup, which is, I mean, if that one doesn't count as a trophy, I don't know what does. The First Division Cup did eventually make it onto our trophy cabinet, so that's nice. But we've got a few unhappy players. We did sign a lot of free transfers. We're probably going to have to ship some guys off. We've got about a month. There might be some more guys coming in, but job number one, get rid of the unhappy lot, because it's Christmas Day. I won't stand for anyone being unhappy. I'd rather they were unemployed. Get them gone. Well, we've brought in a load more foreign players, which definitely seem to be the solution to not being able to play all the ones that we had before. So we have Filippo Mane, although to be fair, he's Italian, so we are actually allowed to use him. He's in on loan. We've also signed Kai Fotheringham from Dundee United. He's Scottish. That's not in the EU. Will Lancashire. I'm hoping some of the... No, he's just English. Why have none of these people got Irish passports? This is most upsetting. Lewis Gordon. Yeah, he's just English as well. You can see where my expertise lies. This guy's Finnish and 30, but it's another one that we brought down from the top league. He'll obviously be going back there next year. Josh Onama, Nigerian and English. Don't think either of them are in the EU. Amari Samuels. Yeah, I'm hoping, and you'd think this is a thing, see, he's Finnish. I'm hoping that the next league up doesn't have the same rule. I'm going to check that now. And then hopefully it doesn't become a long-term, the match squad must have no more than 3 non-EU players. How quickly can you get a Finnish passport? Feel like there might be problems to do with that, but we're just going to pretend Santa will fix them too. Right, this league gets confusing, as a lot of these smaller number of teams in a league does. So we won the league, unbeaten, invincible season, lovely old stuff, which qualified us for the promotion group. We've played 5 games. We've played everyone in the promotion group once. I think we're now promoted and they go into a playoff. It's very complicated. There you go. There's your confirmation of our invincible season. So our season is over. We are promoted, as you would expect us to be. We do have a few unhappy players who want new contracts, which I'm sure we can arrange. We had some decent players. Kamar Beckford, 11 goals from 20 appearances is good stuff. Joe Bennett actually was our top assist maker, and we released him because he got in a grumpy. When they're cheap and we've got loads of money, we can release the ones that get in a grumpy, especially when we bring in new players who can play in the same position. Lewis Gordon coming in as a replacement left back. Joe Bennett, if we can find him. I wonder if he went and found a new club. He didn't, but he did get 10 assists for us and was pretty good. But that is Santa Claus into the top flight in Finland. I have no idea how competitive we're going to be in the top flight, but let's sign a load more players. Love the badge. Look at it. It's so festive. Oh, we have been spending that sweet, sweet Santa Claus money. £30 million spent on our arrival in the top flight here in Finland. The highlights, Terry Taylor, a central midfielder, comes in from Charlton for £2.1 million. Tyler Roberts from Birmingham for £2.9 million. We've got Anis Mehmeti. He's joined us for £6 million from Bristol City. Morgan Whittaker for £7.75 million from Plymouth. He's quite good. Look at that for a debut. Ruben Colwell has joined us for £5.75 million from Cardiff. And we've also just signed Liam Thompson for £3.3 million from Derby. As a result of all of that, we've delivered Father Christmas another trophy, the Finnish League Cup this time. It's weird how how these cups are played pre-season, but we've comfortably cruised through it and won it, and we are now favourites to win the Finnish Premier League as well, which should result in us getting into the Champions League. The only problem with the Champions League thing is that we're currently failing FFP. We're really failing FFP, which would get us a 1-year ban, but let's not worry about it. Let's just focus on winning the league, and then we'll see what happens. Right, I never really worked this out last season because we didn't sign enough of them. English players, British players, don't count as non-EU. And I don't know why, but we are getting away with playing all of them, which means we're doing very well. We're second in the league, 14 games gone. There is a lot of fruity stuff that goes on towards the end of this season again, but the transfer window has just opened back up. We have a lot of unhappy players because we have, I don't know what that is, because we have such a large squad. We're going to have to thin the herd a little bit. But once again, we have a massive pile of cash to spend. We're not going to worry about this FFP thing. We're just going to worry about qualifying for the Champions League, and then we'll see what happens. If they don't let us in, we'll try again next year, I guess. We've never been in it before. What have we really got to lose? Santa's bankrolling us. Well, we have got rid of all of the grumpy boys. You can't have grumpy boys around at Christmas. And we've gone and spent a load more of Santa's money. So we are still focusing on signing young Finnish players. Look, we're still doing that. But yeah, most of it is just signing fancy players. So he's come in as our new captain. We've also got this guy that we spent £9.5 million on. This is fun, having all this money to throw around. I might have to release this database as a little bit of a Christmas present to you all. Sam McCallum has come in for big money as well. We've also signed this striker, Didier Lamkelzee. He's got 18 goals so far this season, so he is in great form. We've got this guy, a Moroccan midfielder who comes in from Le Havre. We've got Felix Correa, another wide player who's just going to rip people up out wide. A Uruguayan defensive midfielder who comes in from Mexico. And also Zinho van Houston, who's a Belgian international centre-back that we've brought in from Inter. Inter spent big money to bring him in there. So this is now our team, which, I mean, that is a team that should be able to go on and win this league. That is a very, very good side. If we have a look at how the league table stands, we are still absolute rock solid favourites with 10 of the best 11 in the Media Dream 11, but we are 1 point behind. But I think it does split off into the weird league thing again. So we've still got a chance. We do still have a chance to go and win the league and save Christmas. And there we have it. Christmas is saved. Santa Claus have won the Finnish Premier League. Not only did we win the Finnish Premier League, we've also won the Finnish League Cup and the Finnish Cup. That is a Finnish treble, boys and girls. It also means we theoretically qualify for the Champions League, although we have failed FFP, and the way the Champions League qualification works, obviously because this is a summer league, it will be the Champions League that basically starts almost at the end of next season. So I don't think we're going to find out if we're going to be allowed in or not until the summer, which is not ideal because my plan, having now completed the job, is to finish the video here. So I think the plan that I've got is, if enough people enjoyed this, we do have the fancy importing Football Manager saves into future versions of the game. So part 2 next Christmas Day, where we see if we got in the Champions League and then try and win it. And I suspect winning the Champions League is going to be a slightly harder job to do, because despite having enough money to very quickly take over in Finland, I suspect the Champions League is going to be a slightly tougher proposition. So let's say 5,000 likes on this video, and next Christmas Day, we pick this save up again and do a few more seasons. You never know. We could have this running over a few years, maybe, because of this wonderful new Football Manager feature. Like I say, the database is down in the description below if you want to have a go at this yourself. It's fun. I've spent all day doing it and had a jolly nice time. It's fun just throwing money around, and I think we've put together a pretty decent team there in over the course of a couple of seasons, and it's, like I say, we've had a jolly nice time. But I am going to let you all get back to your Christmas days now. Hope you, if you celebrate, have had a fantastic day, are having a fantastic day. I hope Santa brought you everything you wanted. He certainly brought me lots of good footballers. which is always good for me. Normal service resumes on the channel in a couple of days once the festive period is out of the way. Thank you again for your support over the course of this year. I know I normally do a review of the channel over the course of the year thing on Christmas Day. I figured this was a bit more fun. If you want to know how the channel's been going, it's been going well. So thank you very much. Much appreciated. But like I say, I'll now leave you to get back to your day. And thank you for watching. I'll see you next Christmas, maybe, for part 2.